Scorpio. Welcome to Nat and Grace Revelations. This is Tarot Tia. This is a reading for you all, of course. May or may not resonate. I do offer personal readings. The link to the site is in the description. All this popping off and all these attitudes gonna calm down. They ready to pipe it down because they're being fake and they're scattering like roaches now. Like everybody in this situation was being so fake behind the scenes, nosy, investigative, stalker like David Davis. And they have literally been almost like neighbor is what I'm hearing. They literally seem to be like plotting on somebody in this situation, but it's like, why are you helping them? It's like somebody who's desperate to fit in, desperate to feel cool. They want to just, you know what I mean? They want to be down, head ass. Like, what's wrong with you? It's like they just want to fit in with this group, team, or social circle. So they're cool with going along with dumb missions along with these people or this person. And when I say this, it's like them spying on people for others, them stalking people for others. You get what I'm trying to say? Like Desmond's is what I'm hearing. They could even be using a child or children in a situation who aren't fully aware of what they're doing. You get what I'm trying to say? But this is starting to get really uncomfortable. Square is what I'm hearing. This is getting really uncomfortable because it's like, why are you spying on him or her? Or why are you so curious about him or her to the point that you feel like you have to spy on them and stalk them and violate their privacy in any type of way? You know, male is what I'm hearing. I think this is just Dante, anything like that. Donnie, Danique, anything like that. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, obsessed. They're obsessed and messy on top of being obsessed. So they're like sneaky with the obsession, sneaky with the hate. You know what I mean? Sneaky with this evil eye. And it's because they want to triangulate people against each other and then, pounce on their prey. So it's like you trying to get other people to go along with your hateful mission. And it's like, why though? Meesh, anything like that. It's like, why? Like their spirit is so ugly, Scorpio. This is just such an ugly individual, like spiritually. And it's at a point to where it's almost like now they're trying to act like this wasn't their intentions. They weren't trying to be mean or rude or disrespectful or evil, or they weren't hating, they weren't stalking, they weren't spying, or they weren't watching and lurking and spying with bad intentions. And yes they were. Yes they were. Cleeps, I don't know. But it's like, yes they were. They were sitting here trying to clown somebody, and they're ashamed of themselves now. Shayna is what I'm hearing. They're ashamed of themselves now because it's like they're such a liar. They're such a liar, such a fraud. And it's like, how could you possibly sit around trying to clown somebody when you a walking and talking fraud? A walking and talking fraud. So now they're embarrassed because their public image is falling apart. This false identity is falling apart, you know? Like I said, they were evil eyeing somebody this entire time, coveting somebody's life, image, lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? Partner, whatever, reality so bad, like that they start stalking this person and spying on this person to be able to like almost destiny swap with them. Like, I see this is how you walk, talk, dress. I see these are your hobbies, your interests. I see this is what you listen to. I see this is what you feel me. Like, I see these are the people that you connected to socially. It's that type of stuff. So they're thirsty to mix and mingle in these same social circles or be cool with these same people or look cool in front of these same people. So it's like, I have to step on your toes and take on your image, your persona, your identity, your ideas to make myself look interesting because you are the coolest thing that I've come across. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's a unique energy that's here. And this person tried to take on someone's unique energy, unique style, unique way of life, whatever the unique way of speaking. I don't care what this is. Like, unique identity. And it's obvious because it's like, who else walks and talks and dresses like that and was interested in that and moves like this or that? Or you feel me? Who else does that fit? Who does this identity really fit? Like, be real. Be real. This individual has lost themselves because they're desperately trying to become somebody else. And now they're losing themselves, losing their following, or losing their credibility, because everybody is starting to see that they stole their persona, their identity, their image, their style, their ideas, this intellectual property from a whole other person. And it's like they were evil eyeing this same exact person. So it's like, damn, like I know you ain't go outside like that. Like I know you ain't going outside like that. Like you copied all they shit, stealing all they shit, plagiarizing all they shit, dressing like them, walking like them, talking like them, desperately trying to be with them, trying to hook up with they people behind their backs and shit like that. And I don't care if these are just family members and friends, Destiny, Desi, something like that. I don't care if this is just a family member and friends. Why they hating on them? So it's like, what you mean you kicking it with they family members and friends? Why you hating on them? Why you evil eyeing them? What you mean you evil eyeing them? Why you took on a whole persona, they whole identity, or they ideas to try to create an identity for yourself, an aesthetic for yourself, an image for yourself, a following for yourself? Like, you feel me? A brand for yourself. Like, yes, they did. They stole somebody's entire identity. And it's like you literally thought you was about to pretty much put on somebody else's identity like a fucking costume, and people was just going to believe this was them. You know what I mean? And it's uncomfortable because it's really scary. Like if you've ever been in that position and you watch somebody literally take on your identity down to trying to dress like you, talk like you, connect with the same people that you connect with on any level, work at the same places that you work, do the same things that you do for a living. Like they literally following in your footsteps, you feel me? And then try to shun you, blackball you, and act like you don't like, or act like they don't like you. That's what's happening here. And that shit is so uncomfortable. Like y'all bitches is trying to act like y'all don't like me because you can't get away with stealing my identity. You can't get away with stealing my persona. You can't get away with pretending to be me. That's why y'all don't like me. You couldn't get away with taking from me. You couldn't get away with swapping destinies with me. That's what they sick about. And they're getting exposed for even trying to do it. So all the people around them are like, oh my gosh, you are really a fraud. You are really a fake. You really are a thief. Or like I said, plagiarizing them or stole. Like everything that you trying to push as your own, or all this shit that you trying to act like you came up with, you didn't originate. You had the muse in front of your face the whole time, and now the muse is in front of everybody's faces. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's just the truth. So it's just so uncomfortable because it's like you've been trying to discredit these people or this person for so long just to find out that you stole their identity. Like, are you serious? You took on a whole persona, all they interests, they image, they likeness. Yes. Like, no, you didn't. I keep hearing Pluto. Pluto. Somebody is in disbelief, like, that this person is really a fraud like this. Like, this is not them. Like, it's almost like they telling somebody else's life story like it's their own. You get what I'm saying? Telling somebody else's stories like these is their experiences or something. Like using somebody else's intellectual property to make themselves look interesting. Like, oh, this is what I'm into. This is what I do. This is what somebody that they idolize, have been admiring, is into. And they don't like this person at all, or try to act like they don't like this person at all because they don't want nobody else to see. This is where they got their inspiration from. So it's like all of this beef and dislike and tension is just so unnecessary. This person just can't accept the fact that they're following in somebody else's footsteps, and all their family members and friends get to see that. They perceive them as a leader, or like the one that's always like, you feel me, that they look up to type shit, but they're not coming up with these ideas, names, brands, businesses on their own. This is not their identity. This is a false identity. It's like, who are you for real? Who are they for real? They don't know. They bought this identity. They didn't even buy it. They stole this identity off social media. They stole somebody else's identity. Period. Stole somebody else's ideas off social media. Like saw somebody's name on social media and was like, I like that. I want that for myself. You feel me? Like, you have got to be kidding me. And then turn this into a competition so nobody would realize that that's what was going on. Like, I don't want y'all to do business with him, her, get to know him, her, connect with him, her, because then you'll find out that all my ideas were taken from this person. Everything that I'm doing right now, I'm only doing because I was following this person or interested in this person, watching this person's life, studying this person's life, and admiring this person's life. period. Like, they didn't come up with none of this shit on their own. They a fraud and was seeking an identity and latched on a familiar face to find an identity for themselves. Javis. But this is not them for real. They're a fraud. Thank you so much. Carrie, anything like that. Thank you so much.